I think probably sixth grade, I think, is when it became very clear.
Probably like 8.
I would say probably around like 6 years old. That's when I noticed that like the whole light skin, long curly hair thing is it. Like that's what people want.
Colorism. Prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. I spoke with 3 dark-skinned Black women about their experiences with colorism in Schenectady, New York.
There's definitely like still preferential treatment for like light skinned people, light skinned girls. As a darker skinned woman and even being like a young girl, you notice it early on and like you feel the difference, even if it's like amongst peers at school or sometimes even in your own family. Like I feel like people just have a preference for lighter skinned people.
I just think it's normalized. I just don't think that people really care much. Because when it's confronted, especially with me, like when I confront it or if I speak out about it, the reaction I get is very volatile.
So this whole notion of gender colorism goes to colorism impacts women very differently. One, because we're women, right? And so we're the lesser of the two sexes here. I think also when you look at this whole notion of desirability, we live in a capitalistic society. So women are socialized, okay, to keep yourself beautiful, stay young. So it's like checking that and knowing that the way our world works is for you to be an object versus an individual. Darker skinned men, again, are sentenced to longer prison sentences. They do have some advantages when it comes to earning certain incomes from certain jobs, but the burden of it falls mostly on women.
I remember my freshman year of high school, I was on the cheerleading team. And so we spent all of August like practicing outside in the summer. So I had gotten like really dark and really tanned and stuff like that. And then I was like so embarrassed. Like I was trying to do whatever I could to like get rid of the tan. Like, oh, I just do not like the way this looks.
I heard that a manager was saying like racist things. And so I went to management. I tried to tell them about it. And they're like, oh, we'll follow up. And then they never really followed up. And then so I had a meeting with the GM and I knew I was gaslit the whole time and called aggressive and said I had an attitude, and I basically got fired because of that. Like, even if I'm speaking in a calm tone, I'm just seen as the angry Black girl.
It is everyone's responsibility. So if we have a cousin or a sister or a friend or a neighbor or a classmate who's darker skinned and we don't speak up for them, or we say colorist jokes, like don't excuse it as just a joke. But that's an instance of betrayal when we're silent in those moments. We can't just leave it up to dark-skinned girls to save themselves. It's time for the community to actually come around and support dark-skinned women. And for dark-skinned young girls particularly, know that you're not alone, that we do see you. There are people who don't think that way, that there are people who see your humanity and see your beauty.
I'm Niamra Coulibaly, reporting for CUNY J News.